Now, the authorities in Greece say 18 people presumed to have been migrants have been killed in a forest fire. Their charred bodies were found in Dadia forest near the Turkish border. Works underway to identify the corpses, which were found in two groups. A coroner and investigation team are heading to the scene. A popular migrant route runs through the region. Wildfires have been raging in the area since Saturday. More than 65 patients were evacuated from a hospital in a nearby town. The burned body of a man, believed to be a migrant, was found in a rural area near the town on Monday. Emergency workers are tackling several other fires in Greece, and they're warning that high winds and temperatures are making the situation much more dangerous. Well, earlier, Nikki Kitson-Tonis from the New York Times in Athens sent me this update.
Basically, Greek firefighters have had a really difficult summer, and it's yet another taxing day. There are several fires burning across the country, the biggest of which is in near Alexandroupolis, which is in the Evros region, close to Turkey, in the border area. That fire broke out on Saturday and has been burning pretty much constantly since then, spreading to villages, prompting evacuations. Today was one of the worst days. Woke up to news that a hospital had to be evacuated, the University Hospital of Alexandroupolis, which is the main port there. And dozens of patients were moved onto a ferry, which essentially acted as a floating hospital. The more serious cases were moved to other hospitals, and there were also several newborn babies in incubators that had to also be moved from that hospital due to the thick smoke and the flames which had actually entered the grounds of that hospital. So those people were moved away. But this news was overshadowed really later in the day with the breaking news about a group of migrants, two groups of migrants, as you said, who were found burnt to death on the outskirts of the Dadia forest, which is close to the Turkish border and is one of the popular crossings for migrants trying to get to Greece and beyond. Now, it appears that these people are migrants. The fire service spokesman said that there had been no reports of missing people in the area, so they're assuming that these people had been probably hiding out in the area, as often happens during these crossings, so they don't get detected by law enforcement, by the police and border guards. And the tragic event occurred. They were obviously in the path of the fire. These extremely dry conditions that have been stoked by back-to-back heat waves and strong winds that have been blowing the last few days obviously just blew the fire into their path, and they weren't able to get away. So it's really another tragic story this summer.
And Nikki, we've just heard from the fire brigade spokesman Yanis Artopis, who said it was likely that those who died were not aware of the evacuation orders in place. Is it clear to people when these wildfires might be approaching that they need to evacuate? Are these orders clear enough?
Well, the fire service spokesman actually, when he announced this awful news, he said that the authorities had since yesterday, in fact, been sending out evacuation alerts via the European 112 system, which just sends basically text messages to cell phones in the broader area. He said these messages were being sent to phones registered with both Greek and foreign networks, which would suggest that if these people, these migrants, as we assume, had cell phones with them, that they would have received these messages. Now, in most cases, these messages are sent in both Greek and more recently in English. Though whether that happened in this particular case or not is not clear. So
Okay.
So it's really unclear as yet what might have happened there and whether these people might have had any warning.